Hi, I'm Eric.
And I'm Michael. Welcome back to NVTV.
We hope that you had a safe and relaxing break, Novi.
Remember to continue visiting your teacher's office hours every Monday through Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. for help catching up on missing assignments or to ask any questions you may have.
Teachers do have office hours on Fridays as well. Ask your teachers for their scheduled Friday office hours as they vary by department.
We also still have Avid after-school tutoring available to you every day. What a great chance to get homework help and to improve in areas that you're currently struggling in.
Remember, Avid tutors are Novi alumni. They were students here just like you recently, and are now college students with a lot of great advice to share as well.
Speaking of college, we have some great college and career events happening today and tomorrow.
Today at 1 o'clock p.m., Moreno Valley College will present on programs in social work, human services, and counseling. What a great opportunity for students interested in a career helping others.
At 2 p.m., Grand Canyon University will present on application and on-spot admissions processes and answer any questions that students may have.
On Thursday at 1 o'clock p.m., you can hear from representatives from Santiago Canyon College.
And on Thursday at 2 p.m., the U.S. Army will present and answer any questions that you may have.
Students, are you interested in purchasing a yearbook this school year?
Yearbooks are currently on sale through Jostin. Scan this QR code to purchase or contact Mr. Nelson with any questions you may have.
Note that the current price for a yearbook is $75, but that price will jump up to $90 after February 26. You know you're going to want one. Make sure to order yours before the price increases.
And speaking of the yearbook, we have new scheduled dates for senior portraits to be taken on campus.
Seniors, you should receive an email with information about the day and time for you to have your portraits taken. Students are scheduled based on their last name, so please stick to your assigned scheduled time in order to maintain proper social distancing.
The portraits are scheduled for Tuesday, February 23rd through Thursday, February 25th.
If you can't make your scheduled time or miss your appointment, makeup appointments can only be scheduled directly through the LifeTouch Photography Company. So be sure to attend your scheduled appointment to avoid having to reschedule.
Are you interested in having a short film or animation featured on NVTV? We're starting a virtual monthly film festival on NVTV and are inviting all students to participate. This month's theme is nostalgia. Nostalgia can be described as longing for the past or thinking fondly of memories from the past. Students may create and submit any short film that fits within the theme of nostalgia. The format for your films is totally up to you: animation, live action film, stop motion, etc. Your film can be conceptual, documentary, a visual poem, or even a music video. The possibilities are endless. Length of the film should be at least 15 seconds long and no longer than 5 minutes. Any films submitted before the end of February may be shown on NVTV throughout the month of March, as long as they fit the theme and are school appropriate. If you are interested in submitting a short film, contact Mrs. Luther or send a DM to the NVTV Instagram account.
That's all of the announcements for today, Novi. Tune in next Monday and Wednesday for more NVTV.
As always, remember to stay safe, stay positive, and most of all, stay brave. Peace.
Peace.
Attention students, we have a Saturday Academy this Saturday, February 20th. There are 2 sessions, 9 to 10:30 a.m. and 11 to 12:30 p.m. You could sign up for just 1 session or for 2 sessions, your choice. Some of the offerings or options include watercolor flowers with Ms. Kaufman, Odyssey wear with Mr. Hughes, modern felt flower wreath making with guest teacher Mrs. Fish from Loma Vista Middle School. Ms. Fitzpatrick will do a session on scratchboard art. Ms. Hernandez is doing 2 sessions on Poetry for the Soul, Part 1 and Part 2. You could attend just Part 1 or you could attend Part 1 and 2, your choice. And then Ms. Bush is teaching looming, home workouts, friendship bracelets, drawing for stickers, all kinds of fun stuff. With Ms. Bush's workshop, if you have siblings that would like to participate in the workshop with you, when you sign up for the workshop, indicate that you need a family kit, and then you'll get enough supplies for siblings to also participate. And then Coach Brock is doing a PE workshop where you can recover assignment credit. So lots of good options to recover some credits, to learn some new skills, to have some fun. Workshops that require materials, there will be a drive-through packet pickup offered. Some of the workshops are family-friendly, meaning your siblings, anyone who's at home with you can join in and do it with you. So just take a look at the descriptions for each workshop and sign up for one or two that sound interesting to you. Hey students and staff, we are here this morning with Mr. Hughes. We've all missed seeing him on campus and hearing his awesome announcements every morning. So thank you for being with us, Mr. Hughes. And the students have some questions for you.
Good morning, Noe Braves. Welcome to NVTV. It's a pleasure having you all, and thank you all so much for asking me all of these random questions.
My question for you is, what is one of your favorite memories from in-person teaching at Norte Vista High School?
I think for me, my favorite moments for in-person teaching would just be basically hanging out in the quad outside of 201, have the speaker plugged in and my iPod going during Fat Fridays. That's my favorite time. I just like to be out in the quad and playing music, and then I love switching up the decades and the genres and watching the students, their lights, their faces light up. I also like when you guys get upset when I play too old of music or not timely music, and yet I still watch you guys and you all start singing the song, and it's like karaoke in the quads.
At one point of your life, what made you feel that you want to follow your career that you are in right now?
When I was 12 years old, my mom moved me from Hawaii to Tucson, Arizona. That was probably the hardest summer of my life. I remember having to move and leaving the island and not understanding why are we moving in the first place. I didn't realize I stuck out like a sore thumb, but I knew very quickly that other people knew I was not from around here by the way I talked and the way I looked, and so I kind of stuck out. But what happened was I ended up getting a few mentor teachers that ended up just kind of taking me under their wing, and what happened was that they took me under their wing and they introduced me into sports, and they just helped me out. And because of that, I knew then that I wanted to be a teacher and a coach. And basically, I made my choice when I was 12, 13 years old, and I pretty much stuck with it ever since. So I made my decision a long time ago, basically because I was inspired by some middle school teachers. They were great.
Do you miss doing the Norte Vista announcements?
Yeah. I mean, I intentionally wanted to wait until we all came back together and just, so I haven't been doing announcements. I love what NVTV does. I love the fact that now, once we finally do come back, now we have, dual mediums, and dual ways to be able to bring information. So I chose not to do announcements that way because I wanted to wait until we got back home.
My question is, how has your life changed since quarantine started?
Well, I think for all of us, it's a different way of being able to give and receive our learning. I'm definitely at home more and with my family, which, is a blessing in itself, being able to be with my family and on a regular basis. But, obviously there's a lot of things that I do miss, and being an activities director, that's part of my, my DNA. This is the whole reason why when I found out about being an activities director long ago, when I started doing my student teaching, I found out in California that there's actually this teaching position that you can get paid to be able to run activities. And I never heard of that before with the states that I grew up in. So once I found out about that, I knew that's what I wanted to do. But because of that, because of COVID and the pandemic and also quarantine, remote learning, there's some things that obviously I can't do. So one of the biggest lessons that I've gained from all of this is, not to take a single day for granted, and be countful and, count the blessings that I have every day. And when the sun rises and the birds start chirping outside my garage door, when I open up my garage door to start the day, I look forward to that. And then, be able to be with my students, even though it's remotely, I enjoy being able to do that.
What is your favorite cartoon character?
Oh man, that's easy. That's Voltron, and I'm talking the original Voltron. I don't care if it was the 5 lines or the 15 cars, but man, that was the best. This new one, it's okay, and I don't know what Power Rangers. Your generation or generation right before, they totally stole that from Voltron, and my generation is deeply upset about that. I would say my secondary characters were the Thundercats, and I'm still waiting for that movie to come out because Thundercats rocked.
My first question is, do you wear socks with sandals?
Oh, absolutely not. I'll just wear my slippers. That's what we call them in Hawaii. You guys call them chanclas. We call them slippers. And no, even in the rainy days, there'll be times where you'll see me in slippers. Not often, but sometimes on campus you'll see me in slippers, and usually there's no socks.
So, what is one of your, we can say, distraction, or what can keep you busy during this quarantine?
A good distraction that I have and things that keep me busy, again, just being with my family. I have a pretty good system that I have in place when it's time for me to work. It's business and work, and there's a lot of other things that I can do. I found now that even though I may not be doing as many activities or any for that matter right now, I'm investing my time in trying to help as many students recover credits as possible through Odysseyware, trying to do more and more one-on-ones and mentoring my ASB students and talking about tenure plans. That's exactly what we're doing right now. And so we're looking over our tenure plans together and just making sure that the classes of 21, 2, 3, and 4, they are ready and they're prepared for the fall semester following their graduation.
If you had a two-way trip, no health hazards, where would you go? Like anywhere around the world, a two-way plane ticket.
I think for me, that's pretty simple, and I think most of you that would watch this, they would know. I'd go home. I'd go back to Hawaii, take my family. That's kind of where I love to go. I also like going to the amusement parks. That's part of what I miss. I love our end of the year activities, Universal or Six Flags or even Knott's. That's one of my favorite trips is the Knott's trip when we take everybody and we do Not Your Ordinary event. I love watching everyone's faces, including the freshmen, because they basically get a grad night as freshmen. So those are like my fondest memories. But if I had a round trip ticket, but I would have to have 4 because I have to take my family. I can't go home without my family.
What is some of your old norms that has changed since quarantine?
The biggest one is driving and coming into work. I had a pretty set routine, had a set route on how I'd leave from my house to get to Novi and to do that. And as crazy as it sounds, that was sort of my prep time as far as getting ready for the day and that short commute that allowed me to be able to, whether I'm listening to Dan Patrick in the morning and heading down Van Buren, or if I'm going to decide to listen to some Coast or any other kind of music or anything like that, that kind of prepared me for the day to get ready for just, all the cool things that we do. And
have there been any good changes since the pandemic or anything good that has come from it?
Yeah, I would actually say there's been several. One is that now we have Chromebooks / laptops in every student's hands. Without a doubt, we've had quality family time. Being at home, being able to teach on screen camera, and then being able to have a break in between and walk into my house and hug my children, kiss my wife, and be able to have some food as well. That always helps, There are some principles, things that we need to hold still and hold fast, and also just to be grateful for. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the first Fat Friday. And I won't lie to you, when we come back on campus, my plan is to be playing music the entire first week during lunchtime. So buckle up, because I'm excited to get everyone back and just to see us and to do all those things. So that's what I'm looking forward to.